Always. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope you guys are all doing great today.
Hi, everyone.
Yeah. Ann and I are here doing another fun Bella Live. I'm trying to get perky because I'm just so tired. And I'm not my perky self today.
And I've been fussing with the lighting because where I'm at, it's just not the way it should be. But this is the best I could do. It's better than last week. Last week I was all foggy.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think I was foggy because I had the blinds open because it's so beautiful. So I shut all the blinds.
Really?
Well, because they're behind me.
Oh,
So the
gotcha.
sunlight was shining in.
Yeah,
Hey,
gotcha.
Jeannie. Beautiful tan. Well, I'm trying. I'm
She needs
trying.
she needs to be enjoying herself. Kelly, Miss Kelly, thank you that you are here. I need
We're welcome. Everybody is welcome.
thank you for everybody being here. But Kelly, you need to private message us and send me your email because you won last week an ebook from us. So I want you to go to our web page, our website, pick out whichever one you want, and then send me your email address and I will send it to you. I announced it last week, but you were here in the beginning and then I don't think you were here at the end. And so, yeah. So there you go, girl. You won last week.
Congratulations.
Yay. Okay,
Well,
so
hi, everyone. We're so happy to have so many of you with us today.
we are. It's going to be a fun day. We're doing something completely different today.
Lisa's been playing.
I
Finally.
have been playing, and my room doesn't look near as bad as it did the week before. But yeah, we're going to be playing with shrink plastic. And then also, I don't know if you guys have heard about this. I found out about it last year, I think, sometime. I told Anne about the UV resin that is now out on the market. You know, the kind that you do with your nails. I'm assuming it's the same formula because it looks the same. But I love resin. I think resin is beautiful. You can get some gorgeous results with it. Um, but I did not have the patience for the curing and the this
Bubbles.
and the bubbles and all of that. Anne is a resin master. I mean, you have made some beautiful things with
I
resin.
love resin.
Yes, you have made gorgeous things with resin. So you're probably going to be seeing me do a little bit more with that because this I just tried it out and wanted to see how it was going to work. But I have some jewelry ideas that I'm kind of excited about. And
You
then,
fall in love.
you
It's
know,
nice when you fall in love with the product.
yeah, I know, right? I
Right?
know. It's just, oh man, it's so much fun and so easy. I'm like, okay, why didn't they have this 10 years ago? You know,
I think
but
I saw it at a show 3 years ago.
yeah, it's relatively
It's
new in the crafting
fairly
world.
new.
Yeah, it's yeah. But then I've had the stuff from Sizzix forever. I used to do shrink plastic all the time. I love shrink plastic. I have made some gorgeous pens and that I would not do as a pen now because nobody really wears pens anymore, but it would be perfect
They were
for,
beautiful.
oh, thank you. But perfect for the front of a journal or, and they're so lightweight, you could even do them as a card.
Mm-hmm.
So you might just hear Rich coming in. So you might hear wiener craziness. We'll hope not, but we'll see. Anyway, this is what happens when you're filming from home. But anyways, so Sizzix came out with this stuff again a couple years ago, and I got it and I tucked it away, and I never had a chance to really sit and play with it and have a good time with it and all of that. And man, this new tool, or it's not new to them, new to me, but this matte and what you use to do the shrink plastic. I'll show you all about it when we do the project. It is so much better than when we had to do it. I'm still using a heat tool, but you know, I'll explain it better when I show it to you. But this one grid sits on top, and you know how shrink plastic curls, right? That's what it's supposed to do. But back in the day when you were doing it, it was hard to get it flat and all of that. This tool from Sizzix works perfectly. I was so excited. I was like,
oh, fun when that happens.
I know, right? I'm like, yay. So you'll be seeing some more of that also, because I love shrink plastic. And I just haven't done it for a million years. So I did not do anything extraordinary. Just a cute little keychain or two cute little keychains. And that was about it. But it was so much fun just playing. Just absolutely playing. So
I think we get so much out of playing.
Exactly.
I mean,
well, that's how you learn, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you learn. That's how you can figure out the right way to do stuff and the not so right way to do stuff. But I'm telling you, this tool is just amazing. And of course, I'm using a new stamp set from Sizzix also. Sizzix has sent Anna and I some giveaway stuff, right? So Becca won, I think, 2 weeks ago. So we're giving away some Sizzix stuff while we're doing our lives. So this is the stamp set. This is also a stencil set too. And it's fairly new. I absolutely love it. It's so pretty. And then, of course, I'm using the shrink plastic from Sizzix. So, yeah, lots of fun. This shrink plastic, I also believe, is much better than what we used to use back in the day.
They make improvements. Yes, they do.
Yeah. And also, I wanted to show you guys, you can also run this through the printer, through your printer. And a lot of shrink plastic does not do that. You have to heat set it. You have to stamp it or stencil it or whatever. But this, you print, you pull something up on your computer, a pretty little flower or something, and stick the shrink plastic in your printer and out it goes. And then it comes back and you shrink it. And that was like my head just blew up when I saw that. So very excited excited to be working with this stuff. So do you want to talk
about we'll talk about Bellicon after she's done. After she's done. While she's putting her screen down, I'm gonna say some of the comments and just react to them. Jeannie says, I love making shrinky dinks when the kids were little. I know. I used to do them all the time. It's so much fun. I used to make buttons for clothes. There's just so much you can do with them.
Yes.
Christine Romano says, that was fun back in the day. Shrinky dinks. I know. Just way too much fun. Isabel says, the Sizzix metallic shrink plastic can be used to create some fabulous things. I have not seen the metallic. I will have to find that.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous.
Sizzix is spot on right now with everything they're doing. So
pretty much. Yeah.
Pam says, Pam, by the way, is going to be teaching at Bellicon. She's here and she said, I'm thinking about using these to make custom shrink pieces for her baskets as embellishment. That would be awesome.
Oh, Pam. There you go. You could
what a great idea.
You could personalize them, Pam. That would be fun.
Yeah, so much fun.
Yeah, I'll show you how to do all that cool stuff.
Okay, so I am going to give Lisa the full screen and I will be here. We want to remind everybody, like, share, and comment, hashtag BellaCrafts to enter for this week's giveaway also.
Yes. And last week giveaway I will announce after my live today, okay? Because I did not get a chance to pull a winner, so I'll do that afterwards and then post it in the group. Okay, so this is the tool that I'm talking about, right? This is your silicone mat, and this is a game changer in shrink plastic as far as I'm concerned. It's just, it holds it down. It still lets it curl, obviously, but it doesn't curl back on itself, I found out, which in the old days, that was a big thing where, your shrink plastic would fold in on itself and then you'd have to try to tear it apart. And it just wasn't fun. So this is the tool that we're using. This also comes with it. And this part is cool because you've got this tip that will hold it down if you need it. But this is great to flatten it out. So I just want to get started and show you guys how much fun this is. Okay, so first we got to ink and we got to stamp. So that is what we're doing first. And of course, I've got all my Gina K inks because you know me, I love my Gina K. Scooch this stuff. And I'm going to pop these lids off. Nope, I don't need this one right now. Okay, so as I said, what I'm going to show you is so easy. It is like one of the easiest ways to do shrink plastic ever, as far as decorating a background with it. All right, so we got that one, and then we have one more. All right, so I believe we have all of the colors now. Okay, so we're going to start, and first I want to grab, there we go. I'm going to grab a piece of paper here. Okay. So the first thing that you're going to do, oh, I forgot to show you guys the project. Oh boy. Okay. So this is what we're creating, guys. Very simple to do, but just oh so cute. I just absolutely love it. And I don't think you guys can see. Well, now you can, now that I hold it up. Yeah, it's just got lots of color in it and my little celestial theme going. And then the other one that I created was just another simple one with my name. And for this, I've got my name and then I have a border around it. This I did off of my computer with my printer. So I'll explain that when I get ready to show you this one. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is cut a piece of shrink plastic. I used this frame. You can use any frame that you want. It doesn't matter. This one is a 2.5 by 3 3/4. And don't forget, guys, if you miss anything that I'm saying, I do the blog, which comes up. Actually, I've been putting it up early, but it's usually always up by Sunday, and it will have all of the details, photographs, step by step, written instructions. So if you would prefer something like that, you can see it on the blog. And then I also put all the links in for the stuff that I used. So that way you know where to get stuff too. Okay, so we're going to start with this. So you're just going to take it, run it through your die cut machine, and then we're going to start adding some ink. Now, I will tell you, you will get your fingers and your hands messy, but hey, we're crafting. Okay, so we're going to start with our lighter color first, and we're just going to add just a little bit you know, wherever. Nothing fancy schmancy. Okay. And as I said, you always want to start with your lighter colors first. Okay, and then we're going to come back in with this white. This is a very pale lavender. It's very pale. Now, one of the things that you'll notice with shrink plastic is your colors. It reminds me of, yeah, right. I can't remember what it's called. What does Ashley do?
Sublimation.
Yes, thank you very much. It reminds me of that in the sense that it looks really pale here, but the colors pop once it shrinks. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a sec. All right, so we've got the light and the yellow. And now we're going to add a little bit of blue in here. And if you know, and you can layer on top of your inks, just make sure that you don't muddy them. Okay. And then we've got a purple. And you'll see I'm just, you know, I'm just messing. No rhyme, no reason. Okay. And then lastly, we're going to use another purple. And I need to get more daubers. I don't really use daubers too much anymore. So I only had a couple and now I got to switch to this. Okay. So this is another purple, but it's much lighter than this one. So we're going to take this. And you want to work on light color paper, white paper, because if you don't, you won't be able to see where you're adding your color and if you've got everything covered. So what I did was, as I was adding it, I would slide it over and go, okay, there, I see right there. We need to add a little bit more right here, you know, and I kind of did it like that. There we go. Okay, so then you know that your whole piece is covered and then we don't have to worry about it. All right, so I'm going to put this all back and put my ink pads up to give me a little bit more room here. There we go. So how many of you guys have ever done shrink plastic? I would love to know. And if you did, what did you do with it? And also, if you do know a little bit about shrink plastic, what is there anything that you can think of that you would want me to create with it to show you how to use it? So if so, leave it in the comments and then I'll take notes and we'll do that. Okay. All right. So now we are ready to heat this. Okay, now this is going to take a little bit. And of course, the larger your piece of plastic, the longer it's going to take. But you're going to take it and lay it there in the center. Put your silicone grid thingy on top. And you can also do this in an oven. If you don't want to use the heat tool, you can use it in a small little toaster oven. I just wanted to do it this way because I wanted to see how well this mat worked. So, but you can do it in an oven. Make sure that you dedicate that oven to crafting only. You don't want to put plastic in there and then eat from it. So, and I think it's 350 degrees or thereabouts. Okay. So now we're just going to go back and forth. And it's going to take a bit. But you just want to go back and forth. Okay. So for right now, there we go. I wanted to get that ink a little bit dry first, and then we're going to punch holes in it. Now, I'm not going to do the whole complete keychain because we would be here for a while. But since it's all the same, you know, I'd just be repeating what I'm doing. So I'm going to take this, and you want to punch a hole. So make sure that you add your holes before you shrink it all the way, because if you don't, you won't have any holes. All right. That was a 1/4 inch hole punch. And if you dry your ink first, it makes it easier to handle, because this is a dye ink, and with the dye ink on top of the plastic, it's wet, so you want to make sure that you get it a little bit dry before you end up working with it. Okay, so I think we're good with that. Now I'm going to stop. And, oh, wait. Okay, we're going to start this again. Sorry, guys. I'm having a complete brain fade today because I forgot all the important stuff that you got to do. So we're going to start again real quick. It is so like me to forget something as important as this, because you have to stamp it before you shrink it. It just won't work as well if you don't. All right, so we're going to start again.
Well, you have a colorful little charm.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I would probably, I mean, you could stamp it, afterwards, but you'd have to use really little stamps, You couldn't use any of your big ones. All right, so let's try this again. So first, we're going to add our color. And I'm just going to leave everything sitting here for now. And we're going to start again and add our color. Okay, and I'll just do that real quick. There we go. And then we're going to add this light lavender. This is really pale, but it's beautiful. Okay, so we've got that one. And then we'll go back in with the blue. And there we go. And we're going to add some blue. I'm going to pull this off so I can see a little bit better. There we go. And then we're going to add our lighter. Let me move this one. We're going to add our lighter purple. And then again, just pull it off to the side if you need to. Okay, and then last, we're going to add that other purple in. Ink pads all over my table. All right, so we're going to finish that up. There. And then you can just kind of take it and maybe blend your colors in better if you need to. It's totally up to you. And then we're going to take a hole punch and punch this. And I'm just eyeballing it. But again, before I start adding my black ink, I want to just set this on here and just run it over just a little bit. And you'll notice I'm keeping it up high because I don't want it to start shrinking, but I do want the dye to dry. I want the inks to dry. Oh, Rube, hold on. Hold on, Ruby Doo. My baby's talking. All right, so we've got this. Now we're going to be ready to stamp our images. All right. So again, let me put these ink pads up. Up out of my way here. There we go. There. Okay. So now I'm going to take my paper here and flip this over so I can see a little bit better. And I wanted to tell you too, there are two different sizes on, or sides on shrink plastic. My mouth is not working today, guys. You've got like a frosted side, and then you've got a smooth side. So what you want to do with that, you want to hang on just one sec. Oh, this is going to be one of those days. Okay, so you want to add your stamping, your inks, or whatever on this frosted side. If you get the shrink plastic and it doesn't have a frosted side on it, then you just want to take some sandpaper to it and just kind of sand it down a little bit so the inks that you're adding are going to hold. All right, so now we're going to play with this really fun stamp set. There are some beautiful stamps in this set. All right, so I'm going to start first with my sun. And you want to, because it is plastic, your stamp is going to slip. So you want to make sure that you go down and up, okay? Try not to move it back and forth. All right, so we're just going to stamp this right there. There we go. Okay, and then I have some other little stamps that I used. And we're just going to add, you know, a couple of fun little different stamps on here. There we go. I like this one. Okay, and then my key. I don't know what it is about keys, but I really, really like keys. I have done a lot of, when I was doing shrink plastic in the past, I liked to use a lot of keys in my jewelry projects. I don't know, there's just something about them that I think are cool. All right, so we're going to stamp this one right about there. And again, you're going to decorate it however you want. And as I said, it does get messy. So you're going to have ink. Whoops, that one didn't stick. You're going to have ink all over your hands. There we go. All right, so let's see. We'll add this there maybe. Yep, that'll work. And maybe add another one. Well, we'll add it right there since that's where it fell. Okay, and then we'll just add a little star here. And we'll put one here. And it's always fun when you're stamping to stamp off of your page, whatever it is that you're working on. It just gives it a cooler look, I believe, especially when you're doing something like this. So just, you know, make sure that you just kind of go off of your page a little bit, or your plastic in this case. So again, I'm going to heat this real quick just to let this ink set. All right. Now we're ready. So again, I'm going to place this down. And then we're going to add our grid right on top. And you're just going to go back and forth, like I said earlier. And as you do this, you'll see how it curls. And you want to make sure that you cover all of your whole piece. And then I don't know if you can see, you will. Okay, there it goes. You see how it's popping up? And I'm just going to leave the mat on there until it gets down and it starts to flatten out again. And when you do this, you want to make sure that when you pull this up, you want to make sure that you go to your plastic to lay this down quickly, because this will harden quick. Okay, so we're going to put that down. And then I'm going to take my nifty little tool here. And then I can go back this way with my tool in place. There we go. I'm going to pull it off the mat just a little bit from this, because your center from the heat, it will start pulling up a little bit on your pad. So just pull your project to the side. And then this is what I was talking about. This tool, you can use this to hold it down. But yeah, I think that's pretty much done. Looks good. Thank goodness I remembered to stamp it, right? Okay, but you see what I mean about the colors? I mean, they just pop now, because they were so pale on your plastic as you were blending, and then once it shrinks, it just pops, and I just love it. Okay, so from here, what you would do is seal it. Okay, so just take a spray sealer and just spray it. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to step away for just a minute so I can spray this, because I want to show you how to use the resin on top. So give me just a second and I'll spray this. And talk for me. All right.
Yes, I can talk for you, but I have two screens open and I was grabbing the stuff for Bellicon.
Yeah.
And I'm turned around from where I usually sit to work when I'm working remote, and my mouse wasn't working. It moved to the other screen. So sorry about that, guys. I have some comments highlighted, and Sandy and Lenine, I'm glad that you're catching us live.
Yeah.
And you had asked about who had done shrink plastic before, what they would use them for. Tammy would use it to make charms for journals. She hasn't done it since she was a kid. Isabel, she said that she had not used inks from ink pads before to color. She's always used alcohol ink or alcohol pens to add the color. And you can use coloring pencil. You can use virtually anything to use those. So I'm going to let you continue.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. All right. So I wanted to seal this first, because normally I would just skip it and, show you the rest of the project. But this dye ink may not, when you put the resin on it, it may run. So that's why I said seal it first. And then the resin that we're going to put on it is just going to be like a top coat that's going to give it a glossy color. And what's fun about this resin is you use a heat lamp with it, and it heats it and sets it immediately. So that's what I wanted you guys to see also. Okay, so when we're down to this part, now what you want to do before you put your resin on, you want to make sure that you put your jump rings in, okay? Now, for my project, I did 3 of these, and I just did them in the same stamp set, but I did 3 different pieces, okay? So for this, you're going to add 2 for the top. 2, I'm talking about jump rings, okay? 2 for the top, the middle, and then 1 for down at the bottom. And that's going to connect your keychain together, right? So what you want to do before you put your resin is to put your rings in, your jump rings in first. Because if you don't, then the resin will seal the hole that you punched, and then you can't use the piece, or you would use it in a different fashion, which is what I would have done. All right, so now we're ready, and we're going to put on the resin. Now for this is what I used. Let me put the lid back on so I don't spill it. This is called Let's Resin. It's UV resin. And there is no mixing, no fast curing, low odor. My mouth's not working today. And it's crystal clear. So it's really, really cool. And I cannot wait to do. I wanted to do it originally with molds, which I will do because I'm going to do some jewelry pieces. But I wanted to cover this to see if it would work. And it did. And I was so excited. Because a lot of times I get stuff to use, and then I have to put it away because something else is, I have to use a different company. Why can't I get this off now? There we go. So I don't always get to just sit and play with stuff that I buy. So it's kind of fun. All right. So I'm just going to dip my brush in. And again, don't forget to put your rings in first. Okay, but you're just going to take the resin and you're just going to coat your piece.
So Elizabeth is wondering what you spray coated it with. You sealed it with.
Just a clear sealer.
Okay, perfect.
I think it might have been Krylon sealer. It's just a clear sealer. Any sealer will work.
I've even used hairspray, the old-fashioned Aquanet kind.
Yes, Aquanet, definitely, yes. Mm-hmm. To know that we used to put that stuff on our head. We use it in our craft stuff.
I think I've only used it for crafts. I never used hairspray. So.
I know, right? Well, that's because you got that beautiful curly hair. All right. So now we've got our piece covered. So I'm going to put the lid back on so I don't spill it. All right. And then I'm going to take my brush because I want to use this again. So I'm going to take it, and there is a little bit of alcohol, not the drinking kind, the regular kind. And that's what you can clean your brush with when you're done. All right. So we're going to leave that there. There we go. And then we're just going to take the lamp, and you want to set it for at least 60 seconds. Okay. So you just leave it on there, and it's just so cool. And then what you can do, now I only added 1 layer of the resin on it, but it would be beautiful if you added like 2, maybe even 3 layers, just to get that real smooth, glassy look. I was very surprised trying this because I was worried that it was not going to work. And I thought, if I have to go back to trying to use the old resin, I'm not going to do resin projects anytime soon because I'll leave that to Anne. She's the expert with the resin. That and foils. Right, Anne?
Well, I love them. Katharina, yes, Lisa is doing shrink plastic. And right
Yes.
now she's putting UV resin on it.
Yep. Okay. You can just touch it real quick. Yeah, there you go. It's done. And then it gives it that nice glassy look. I love it. It's so pretty. All right. So again, to finish this piece off, you would stamp it, as I said, 3 different times, 3 different designs, and then add your jewels, your beads, whatever you want to finish it off with. I did something very basic because I wanted to start. I figured that a lot of you guys haven't seen this in a while, so I wanted to start with something simple before I jump in to do some of my other jewelry projects that I used to do with shrink art, because that's a little bit more detailed. But yeah, so this is how you finish it. Okay, now for the second one, I'm going to set this up to the side. Now for the second one, I just did this cute little keychain. Now, I did not know, because when I was doing shrink plastic, you had, like I said, you couldn't run it through a printer. It just, it wasn't made for that. So when I was reading about the Sizzix, I was like, oh, this is exciting, because you can run this through your printer. So what I did for this keychain is I went on my computer and I cut a piece of plastic out. And you have to remember, your plastic is going to shrink about 40%. So always keep that in mind when you're doing your projects. That'll save you from throwing pieces away because you made it too small, not thinking that it was going to shrink all that way. But it does shrink, because if you can see, this is the difference between the two. So what I did on my computer is I just went and I printed out my name, and then I added a tiny little border around it. And I did all of the design on my computer. And then I went and printed it all out on the shrink plastic from my printer. And once you do that, then you're going to get this. And then you're going to take this and, of course, add your hole for your key ring, and then go ahead and shrink it and go from there. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and shrink this again, because you've already seen me do it, and it's like watching paint dry, right? But yeah, very, very simple. And what I did was I added a little tiny tassel that I had that I thought was absolutely adorable, and a little star, and I just added it to a pretty blue, of course it has to be blue, right? Key ring. And then what I did for the back piece on this one, and I did not do it on the other ones because I colored those, but I did not want this to be opaque in the back. So what I did was I took a tiny piece of let me grab it here, my blue glitter paper. And before I but before I put resin and all that on, I added that to the back this way. So, and I know you probably can't tell, but you can in person. You can tell the blue comes through just a tad, which is exactly what I wanted. I didn't want it to be very strong. I just wanted a slight bit of color underneath my shrink plastic. And that's how I finished this piece off. So you want to do this after you shrink it, but before you add your resin. All right, just to let you know. Okay, so that is it for me, guys. Yay. We figured it out. All right.
Okay. While Lisa is switching her camera, I did put a link for Sizzix in here so you guys can check out all their wonderful stuff. And I will come back in so you can see me too. So Helen says your project is beautiful, and it was. Can't share the video, but at least I tried. You know,
Can't share the video.
Katerina, Facebook has been having some issues lately. I don't even want to go there, but you can. We know you tried to share it, and you can also share from our YouTube.
Yes.
You can share the link from YouTube right today.
Excuse me.
So,
awful cold again.
Jules, she loves shrink plastic. I'm glad you're here, Jules. I'm going to be talking about you in a minute.
Hi, Jules.
Isabel said, I found shrink plastic. I found some printable shrink plastic years ago. I still have some.
I didn't know. Well, that tells you how long I have done shrink plastic, because they didn't have it for inkjet printers. And also with the Sizzix brand, you can also use it with your laser if you have a laser printer.
Right, but
that surprised me.
She's talking about pre-printed. Like I had the Daisy Kingdom fabric. Yes. And I used to make those kind of clothes for my girls when they were little. Yeah. So I had Daisy Kingdom shrink plastic. I still have some.
Daisy Kingdom. Yes, I remember those.
That is so beautiful.
Cute for you.
I still have that fabric, but my girls were little.
Yeah.
I mean, it was for little girls. I wouldn't wear it, but on a baby.
Yeah.
And people are saying they got to get their shrink plastic out. Juliana says her ears are burning. Hey, Juliana, I'm just offering. I'll send you a link if you want to come on with us. Just let me know.
Talk about something.
So your project was gorgeous, and shrink plastic, you can make it so upscale, I think.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. You can't do something completely simple like this, but you can also do what I've done in the past and, make beautiful. Well, like I said, we don't really wear pins anymore, but, you could use the same thing that I did or do the same design that I did and not put a pin back on it and add it to a journal or, something like that. But with that, those projects, I did a lot of 3D. You know me, I love layers, right? I love layers on paper. I love layers on just about anything. So, excuse me.
So your pins were stunning.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah,
I mean, that's one of the first thing I noticed, like when we first met and we did showcases together. Well, not together, we both did them. Right. And her showcases always had this beautiful shrink plastic pins, and they were so pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, I did a lot of. You're frozen. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh no, I was over there. I saw Jules say, I have some makeup on. Fine. Send it to Messenger, and I sent it through text instead. So then I had to go to Messenger. So,
yeah. Well, stay tuned because I am going to be doing more, and then I'm going to add the resin into it, which is going to make it a lot more interesting.
Mm-hmm. You can make it so upscale, and I'm so glad people are familiar with it, and they used it so long ago, but that it's come back full force.
Yeah.
Right.
I was surprised. I was really surprised. And this thing is ingenious because there is
very cool. I'm going to have to do one of those.
Yeah. There is no way that I could have taken a piece this size and try to shrink it with it folding up on itself or whatever. So
I like
it's a game changer for me.
Using the heat gun better.
I do too.
Like when it would be in the oven, I'd see it all curling up amongst itself. I'd see the ball. And I just want to pull it out. It was horrible.
Yeah, that's why I didn't use the oven, because um, I did it. I used to do it that way too, and I didn't like it as much. I liked using. I felt like I had more control with my heat tool.
I think we do. Yes.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Stay tuned, guys. I'm gonna have more stuff.
Lena used to make little charms.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I love this.
for your backpacks.
Yeah,
Your
zipper pulls.
purses. Yeah, zipper pulls. Yeah,
Little things for headbands.
tons of ideas. Yes. Is she coming on?
I'm gonna bring her on. Lenine said that she loves that you don't have to use an oven. I actually bought a toaster oven so I could do that crap back in the day.
Me too. Me too. And you can go that route. I found a small little toaster oven that I used with clay on Amazon for 20 bucks.
Yep.
And it would be perfect for this, but it wasn't what I wanted.
A heat gun is way easier, I think.
Yeah, it is.
So we have a treat. Juliana is here. I'm going to bring her on. I was going to talk about Bellicon, which I'm still going to do. And then we're going to talk about something else too. So
hey there. Hey girl.
Here, I'll make us this way much better.
Okay. That's good.
Hey baby, how are you?
I'm good. I look awfully dirty.
Oh,
look at how dark I am.
I know. We both look like we've been playing in the mud.
It's like, oh, well.
I have my light on and I forgot to turn it on. I have it on my computer and forgot to turn it on.
You're killing it with your project, Lisa.
I'm sorry?
You're killing it with your projects.
Oh, thank you.
That's cute.
Yeah,
I can have my camera or my computer turned the way I normally do when I'm working, but then the kitchen is there.
Yeah, you're like pixely.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Anyways, we're happy to have Jules here.
Just was scrolling, eating my early lunch so that I could go finish my ad tech project, which I'm having fun. It's a recyclable project this time that I chose to do. So
yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
I have to do mine tomorrow.
Yeah. It's so funny. I'm like, oh, ad tech day, but but it's fun because I'm like, well, what am I going to do with the glue guns?
I know.
Yeah.
Okay. So everybody, Bellicon, last week I told you that I'm going to move this light so I can actually see my other screen. So you might not see me. So I'm going to grab the link this is the link that has all of the instructors and their bios. So this first link I'm putting in here has all of that information. And that posted last week for everybody to check out. And the next link I put in is going to have all of the workshops. That went live right before we went live today.
Oh, very fun.
Now, there are a few. Eileen has been on a cruise for some reason. I mean, I tell you.
She's been everywhere. Like literally that woman. I'm like, where's she at now?
So she's been on a cruise, so I don't have a picture of her project. I don't have a picture of, there's a few I don't have pictures for, and they all have good reasons. Lisa's one of them. But at least you have the description of all the workshops except Maymay's, because Maymay had been very sick.
Oh no. Okay.
And she said, you can do the event without me. I said, if you're fine, I'll just use all the information I have. You get it to me when you can. So Maymay's will be coming, but we have the list of all the instructors on the one and then the workshops on the other.
Very fun.
I did tell you guys that those that have been to Bellicon before get first chance to sign up. And it was going to be today, but because we have something else coming, which I'll talk about in a minute, I'm not going to release that till Friday. So an email will go out to all past attendees so they can sign up right away and sign up first.
Awesome.
And then next week, it will be open for everybody.
Right.
But the reason I'm not getting it ready, I'm still working on the Bella Jewelry Con page.
Yay!
I'm just waiting for a couple small details. I want Jules to look it over and say,
You
do
broke
like,
her down, Jules. You broke
you-
her down.
I broke her down. Yeah.
do you like the way this looks? And
Okay.
I want that ready so that past attendees, they get
Yeah.
it for a deal.
Awesome.
And I want, I know Isabel asked me last week if you could sign up at the same time. So I want it so that you can, so you don't have to do two different payments. And I just need that to be done, and I'll have it all set and ready by Friday. Is my
Fantastic.
plan. So,
Fantastic.
so Jules and she sent me the cutest message. The cutest message, and she did it by voice, and it said something about, do you wanna?
Oh, yeah.
And I wrote back, I did it with my voice, thinking it would send that way. It didn't. And I said, yes, I wanna. I really, really wanna. And she was talking about us going live so she could talk about Jewelry Con. So I'm planning for that for maybe next Wednesday, if that works for Jules. I'm asking her on the spot. If it doesn't, we'll do it Thursday.
Are we still in February?
February 18th.
Oh, yeah. That's
At
perfect.
2:00 noon your time.
Noon my time. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So next Wednesday, we'll go live with Jules.
Awesome.
And it'll be 2:00 my normal time. And that way she can sit and talk about all the instructors, anything she wants.
Okay.
Who I handpicked and who everyone who said yes. And well, nobody said no. Thank you.
I wanted you to see that in.
And yeah, I'm excited about it. We really wanted it to be like informative and beginner driven, but yet exciting for people who have been making jewelry. So I think with all the teachers that I invited, we're definitely going to hit that on the head. So it's cool. It's right after BellaCon. It's March.
It is
30th, March 30th. So there's a day in between the craft and all of that, and then a day off for us to recoup, and then March 30th.
Okay, people are having problems seeing the links. I put the link in here. I'll put it in again, the link for the workshop. But if you can't find it, if you go to our website, bellacraftspublishing.com, and go to the blog, the tab that says Bella blog, the workshops are the first one, and the fourth one is the instructors. So you can find it on our blog. I'm not sure. And Facebook is being weird, Sandy. So I can see where you're not seeing the link.
Yeah.
It's probably not posting. But when we're done, I will post them both in Facebook also for people to find.
Cool.
So
yeah,
because we want you to find it. And we're working right now on the one for Jewelry Con, which is listing all the instructors and their workshops.
Yeah. Yeah. It's exciting, and it's the beginning, and we can only see this thing blossoming in the future into something even bigger and better. So I'm excited about it. I love teaching people, and I love the art, obviously, of jewelry making, and just having an opportunity to learn about the tools and the beads, and really kind of doing a deep dive into all of that. And
the basics.
The basics, which I love learning over and over again, because I've been selling beads now on my Whatnot channel, which is at Juliana Jules. And I'm
promoting there.
So well.
I am so blown away. Sometimes I'll be like, And this is pretty. This is pretty. These are pretty. And I'm like, what are they called again? I mean, it was so funny because this one customer was like, the mushrooms, and I'm like, the frickin', where are mushrooms? I have no mushrooms. What are you talking about? Mushrooms. And it was like my whole brain had just like gone blank. And
she did a 4-hour whatnot, people. 4 hours.
a lot of them have been close to 4 lately. We just, we just have such great deals. But the gist of why I'm sharing that is that even me, like, with John, he just like da 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 da, and he knows the years, and he knows the factories. He knows, like, it's amazing, his mind. And so I'm just like hanging on to every word so that I can be more, I can sound a little better. Not that people, like, yes, people care, but
They do. It's Juliana Jules.
Juliana Jules. Yeah.
That's what it is, Lenine. Juliana Jules.
Juliana Jules. And if you haven't, oh, well, they signed up. Well, I wonder if you get a different $15 credit, or if it's just
not if they're already buying on one.
If they're already buying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, just FYI. So I think the knowledge that's going to be available on March 30th is like the who's and the powerhouses. And I'm so grateful for everyone that said yes.
It's going to be amazing. And somebody, I don't remember who asked if it's going to be at Julie's. It is going to be live from Julie's. Yeah. This was Juliana and I were talking. Oh, and for a couple of years now, she's been saying, "Can't we just do a jewelry one?"
Yeah, I think it makes sense.
Yes. Yeah. So then I called her back and I said, let's do one day. Yeah. And then in the fall, we can do a bigger one.
Yeah.
But we're already there. And we'll already be set up at the Bellicon studio, which is what Julie calls it.
No, it is.
We will be set up, and it is a perfect place. Last year, after the event, we filmed a couple videos for Juliana.
Yeah.
I mean, it is set up that perfectly. So we'll already be set up. A lot of the girls will be leaving on Sunday. So we're taking Sunday off so we can have time to network and be together. And then Monday will be the event. We haven't totally 100% come up with the time. We've talked about it. But
in the morning.
Figure that out.
Yeah.
But
and Jules can get out of bed and not be cranky.
And I don't say anybody's cranky. I had one instructor one time said, "You put me at 9 a.m. and I am not a morning person." I didn't know that. I mean,
I'm not a morning person either, and I'm up at 6 a.m. for Bellicon. So
I'm normally up by 5:30 in the morning.
I know you are.
By 6. Yeah. So like I'm up. I just take a hot minute to like come into the world.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How does this work?
My brain doesn't work before
issues. Lenine, are you talking about? Okay. So
replays. Okay.
Are you talking about replays for this live or for Bellicon? So for Bellicon and Bella Jewelry Con, they're each going to have their own space within my Learn platform for replays. So everybody can go there and see all the replays. Everybody will automatically be enrolled into that. So you'll be able to see your replays. And we're just working through the Facebook issues. But everything went smoothly last year, and it will go smoothly this year. Yeah. And for Jewelry Con, we are going to offer a discount if you are already signing up for Bellicon. There will be a discount if you want to do that as an add-on. Otherwise, people can buy it separately too.
Nice.
I just got these supplies during Sizzix sale. Can't wait to play. Oh, good, Sonia.
I think one thing that's really great about the studio, because I mean, yeah, it's at Julie's, but like she and you have really dedicated like great equipment, lighting, like it's a for real situation. The other thing that makes it, I think, pretty darn stable is the fact that there are actually the fiber optic Wi-Fi, which is off the charts. And so what we will be presenting will definitely be delicious and fine-tuned. And so I don't know, that just came to me to share because I do think it's important that we're in a building that has the fiber optics. And so the stream should be really nice and well, just like it was last year. It was amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, there shouldn't be any issues. I think there was an issue 2 or 3 years ago where we weren't connecting, but Lisa's there. So I could drop off and say, Lisa, take over unexpectedly. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
And she jumps right in and keeps you entertained until we can come back on.
Yeah.
But what I'm hoping to bring with me, because right now my husband and I are remote and he's working remote, and the internet at where we're at, it seems to be having some issue.
Yeah, I think that's why yours pixely.
Yeah, it has some issues. And our son David said, well, if this would have came before you left, you could have took this. And he has Starlink. Because he just moved into his new house that he built and he put Starlink on the roof.
Yeah,
but
you need that.
He bought the travel one.
Yeah.
And I said, I think I might need that. So I think I'll take that to Julie's so that we will
just
have
in case. Yeah.
Yep.
We had a thunderstorm roll through that one.
Rich and I are getting one too for the trailer because when we were there in November, I had some issues from the mountains being able to, go live. So it's like, we work wherever we are.
Yeah.
So we need the internet to work with us.
Yeah.
We are.
Wow.
Yeah. So there won't be any issues. And Lenine, yes, all the replays will be nicely put into a place for people to grab. I just finished. I'm waiting to make a couple little graphics, but I'm making it for last year. I did a course so that they'll be easy for everybody to find. But yes, so next week we will be live and Jules will go over the complete list of instructors because some of these people you may not know unless you follow jewelry.
Yeah.
So she'll tell you a little bit about them.
Yeah.
And all the fun stuff. Starting is expensive too, though, as a factor. That starting is expensive. Karen, I'm not sure.
In the Starlink, Karen, is that what you're talking about?
Starlink?
I haven't even looked into it. Although I do have a note on my desk saying that I need to get it before we go on our next trip.
It is expensive, but as far as for Bellicon is concerned, I think it's a necessity.
For business, I think it's really great.
Yeah.
And if you're a nomad, if you're camping or you're living in a van, like the portable one, that travel one, I think it's well worth it because you want to be protected wherever you are in the desert.
The roaming.
Yeah, especially in the desert.
Yeah.
My husband just said it's $165 a month for roaming.
Yeah. Well, it depends on which
with unlimited data.
Okay.
Yeah. But then you can pause it when you're not using it.
Right. Who else does Dish does that, I think. And they have the travel stuff. I think it's Dish. I can't remember. But yeah.
Isabel said this will be her 4th year at Bellicon.
Yes. Oh my God.
Thank you, Isabel.
So cool.
I know we are excited. And it's fun being able to put all the things up and to see the projects come in, and
Stop.
yeah, it's earlier this year. So
Yeah, I told Rich.
Yeah.
I said, our anniversary is on the 28th, and that's the last day of BellaCon. It was funny because he said something. He was gonna do something, and he's like, "Oh, but that's our anniversary." So I didn't know, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna be doing BellaCon. So go do what you need to do."
Go fishing.
Go
I
do
mean,
what you need.
come on. After 45 years, it's just, I mean,
But congratulations to the
Yeah,
family.
that's really awesome. Congratulations.
well, it's a big thing. It's a big deal. He has stuck.
Got a crying
He has
puppy?
put up with me all these years. Would you stop? I made the mistake of telling Rich that Ruby in, and now she's whining at me.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go lay down, baby.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. Thank you, Lisa, for the beautiful project.
yeah, really pretty.
And be sure and join us next week. Lisa will be doing a live. I'm asking.
Yes.
We'll be doing a live at noon. And then we'll be back at 2:00 Central Time with Jules.
Yes,
Yay.
I will be doing a live. Yes.
So thank you everybody for joining us, and we will see you all next week. And I will put links to everything in Facebook so you guys can find them. But otherwise, just go to bellacrosspublishing.com, click on the blog, and you'll see the post.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And I'll post the winner from last week when we're done.
Okay. Thanks,